Hey Charlie, my name is Jeffrey Anderson. I was speaking to you by email at the beginning of the week about getting onto the user page. Wanted to let you know that it worked. I was able to get into the user page, and the reason why was that the disk you sent me, I couldn't open it. Tried it on 3 different computers. It didn't work on 3 different computers. So I figured I'd just use the online G-code generator for my machine. I've got a X-Carve 1000 by 1000 machine. I have done a bunch of upgrades to it. Changed out the Z-axis and did a bunch of stiffening mods and other stuff. But anyway, having a little issue. When I first went to set it up, the Arduino was bad. Had to get another one from Inventables. I've got 20 years experience as an electronics technician, so I was able to troubleshoot the problem and determine the car was bad. So they sent me out a new card. I've got it set up, and it appears to be working, but it's doing something very odd that I wanted to show you, and I figured doing a video would be easier than trying to explain it via email. So here we go. I'm going to apologize for how shaky the video is going to be. Doing it handheld on my phone, and just wanted to show you what's going on. So here's the online G-code generator. I watched your video, and I went to the settings page, changed it to inches, came here to inch mode. I use an Amana tool bit with a removable carbide insert for most of my V-groove applications, and the application I'm trying to do right now is a V-groove, so that's the bit that I have installed. And on the thickest part of the bit, which would be here, the barrel, is when I mic it, I get 0.474. This is the code that it spit out at me. I went ahead and did a Control-C, copy the code to a notepad file, saved the file. That's the code that it gave me. And let me just minimize both of these and open up Universal G-code sender. So I used version 2.0. Version 1.9 was giving me problems when I initially got my machine. Let me say that let me go ahead and do a $$ command so you can see the settings that I have set up in Universal G-code sender. You'll notice my $102 command is different than most people's. That's because I'm using the Acme threaded rod is different on the open builds. Oh, where is it? There it is. The Acme threaded rod pitch is different than the Inventables threaded rod, so I had to change it. So there's my settings. Let me go ahead and go to file mode, and I'm going to go ahead and do a homing command just so that way I start clean. So I'm homing my machine. Alright, so machine's homed. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to drop the bit down an inch. Alright, so I'm just going to get it close to the bottom left corner of the work, and I'm going to tell it I'm going to reset all 3 axes, or zero all 3 axes, and because I just wanted to cut air for this application, just to show you that if I don't use your code, the machine works as expected. So if I hit send, machine picks up. I've got the router turned off right now and my dust collection turned off, so that way it doesn't, it's not loud. But, the machine's running around, it's doing its thing, right? So, let me go ahead and cancel this. I'll hit OK. Let me, I'm going to bring the machine closer to the edge. I'm going to grab. So I've got your block. Hey. Go ahead and plug her in. So I'm going to, excuse me, sorry about that. So I'm going to move the bit closer to this far right corner here. Let's see if we're good. Let's go down a little more. Alright, so if I come here to file mode and I go ahead and grab that file that's supposed to reset all 3 axes, and if I go ahead and hit send, I'm gonna have to be a Houdini with both hands here, but let me do this. I'm gonna swap hands. So alright, so the bit's moving. Touches, moves out. Touches, moves out. Touches, moves out, right? So it appears as though it worked correctly. And these are the messages. Let me go back off here. So those are the messages that it's sent out at me. Alright? So it is my belief that the machine should be zeroed at this point. Alright, what do I want to do here? I don't want to run my bit into the work. So let's see if I can do this. Sorry about that, Charlie. I didn't want to run the bit down into work in case, just in case it does work. So I've removed the bit from the machine. I'm going to go back to browse. I'm going to go back to my initial file. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And let's see what the machine does. So the machine just sat there. It didn't do anything. And if I come back here and look at my active state, it shows hold, and I have no idea why. It only does it when I run your file. So this is the message that it pops up at me. It appears as though it's trying to run a little bit of code, and then it just stops. And in order to get this machine to start running again properly, because it's completely locked up right now, the only way I've been able to figure out how to get the machine to run properly again is I have to cancel the file. I have to come back to machine control. I have to do a soft reset. and then rehome the machine. You know, I gotta basically start all over again. Can you give me any pointers on what's causing this? Thanks. Bye.